Not too long ago, we had the opportunity to go down to Georgia and help out our friends on the La Planet channel with some car troubles. After we got their car put together, got all the fresh parts on, and it seems like everything is good, there's going to be a video coming on more details of that, the drive down, working on the car, all that kind of stuff we're going to do. But I wanted to make a short little update. Micah and I are both into 3D printing, though I've always played with FDM printers like the ubiquitous Ender 3. I actually own an Ender 3. Well, Micah has not done any FDM printing. He has done resin printing, and he gave me his old resin printer, and so now I've been resin printing things. One thing that I've been playing with trying to print for a long time is replacement gears for the cruise control actuators in my Mercedes. Now, thankfully, my gears are okay, so my cruise control actuator works. But I do have this old actuator that it's going to be impossible to see on camera. This gear stripped out. So this is the very first gear that's driven by the motor, and it has worn down due to the way that it rocks to engage and just time and other things. This original gear wore out. So I made an attempt at printing a replacement out of PLA. Now the problem is PLA gets soft, I guess is a good term. The glass transition temperature is very low, so in an engine compartment of a car, PLA isn't really tough enough. The heat affects it, and it's not very good at wearing. So then I did a bunch of modifications to my printer so that I could print nylon gears. And this turned out better, but nylon is a very fickle thing to print with, and I'm no expert by any means. I just enjoyed dabbling with 3D printing. So, now that I have a resin printer, I said, let me slap that same file that I printed in nylon in resin. And let me tell you, it's pretty good. The dimensional accuracy is astounding because you're not dealing with retraction and that kind of stuff that you do with an FDM printer. This is much more dimensionally accurate, but I had some other issues, and so I made a second version that should, in theory, be even better, and this thing looks great. So much so that I've installed it in here, and it actuates perfectly, it freewheels when it's not engaged, and then locks in and meshes nice and tight. So the issue that I've got now is I don't really want to mess up the cruise control on my car, but I do really want to get some time testing this. So if you have a VDO Cruise actuator that is damaged in the way that it needs a replacement gear or something else, I'm looking for either people that are willing to test these gears out. If I were to send you a gear and instructions on how to replace the gear, because I want to know how is this resin going to hold up in the real world. I don't want to offer this to any of my viewers if it's going to tear up after 100 miles. But at the same time too, I feel like this is the right track. This is a easy off-the-shelf way that I could sell these gears to you, or you could go and buy a resin printer, download the file from the site for free. Once I'm convinced that this is a good idea, I want to make the files freely available and offer the parts pre-made, ready to rip that I've printed for sale at a reasonable cost so that I can afford to do more dumb things with 3D printers, and you can get your cruise control repaired for less than what it would cost to find if you can even get a new actuator or a new gear. This spare actuator that I've got, I'm going to connect this to a battery and a charger and basically just let it run. I'm going to let this thing run and just wind round and round on that gear and see if it's going to last, because ultimately I don't know if there is an answer on what the durability of these gears needs to be or is or was from the factory, but we're going to have to figure all that out. So if you've got a VDO Cruise actuator that needs new gears, drop a comment. and let's talk. Thanks for watching.